texted me she's down with the podcast. I told her to come on up, but. I mean, we don't have to like be.
I was just wondering.
Hell, but nobody. Yeah, pretty much. It's kind of a conversation or whatever. So this is kind of my way in, so you might want to read this stuff because I think I'm going to chill out the well, it's the black. They're doing black, so I mean, that's the excitement about all that. So I'll just ask you, so what do you think of the 80s, first of all? Let's see. Some sort of question or something like see a lot of offense by the Knights. Just don't say no, Bree, we don't say that. We are neutral. Kind of. A little bit. Like I try to be neutral because I don't like
Yeah.
oh come on, what are we doing? Oh yeah, we're ahead now. Just kind of interested bystander. That's not bad. Two yellow cards and 6 hits. You probably had 2 yellow cards in the first half of the first game. Just a yellow card for that.
She got a red, so.
Oh, she did. So they saw her spread.
Now, please at this time, we ask you to join us in a moment of silence, a moment of letting go, the beloved Father of National Church, our Lord. Thank you. And now, for this starry night, starting tonight over the Spirit, at number 5, Sky Sky. At number 7,
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Night Stadium on the campus of Southern Virginia University in beautiful Buena Vista, Virginia. I'm Colby Kemp, and tonight, alongside with me, will be Bree Hudson. Bree, it's a beautiful evening here in Buena Vista, and everybody is excited as the Southern Virginia women's soccer team debuts their new black uniforms in their conference home opener versus the Salem Spirits. First of all, Bree, what do you think of the new unis?
You know what, Colby? I like them. There's just something kind of intimidating about a full black uniform. They look real slick and they look good.
Absolutely. Everybody, there's a lot of excitement on campus this year as teams got the go-ahead to order and don these black uniforms. So I believe the women's soccer team is the first team that gets to do so.
Yep, I believe you're right. They do look slick.
So the Knights are coming off their first victory of the year as they defeated NC Wesleyan Saturday by a score of 6-3 in their USA South Conference opener. Bree, that was their first victory on the year. Part of that is due to the difficult schedule that Coach Dahl had created for their non-conference. You know, they went through that non-conference schedule without a win, but Saturday they looked great as they beat the Bishops of NC Wesleyan by a score of 6-3. With freshman Ashley Kelsey getting the hat trick.
Yeah, that's really impressive. I think having that hard season is really going to push this offensive line today, and I think that they're going to do really great. Keeping that ball on that side of the field and getting as many shots on goal is the number one thing that they want to do today, and so I'm excited to see that.
It should be a lot of fun to see. You know, one thing interesting about that match on Saturday was through that non-conference schedule, the Knights had only scored 3 goals in those 5 games. But Saturday, they erupted for 6, and all 6 of those were scored by freshmen.
Yeah, that is pretty crazy.
So besides Ashley Kelsey getting the hat trick, and as a result of that, she was named the Rookie of the Week in the USA South Conference. You also had McKenna Curry, Delynn Peterson, and Zoe Warner all getting their first collegiate goals. So Bree, you mentioned that you talked to Coach Dahl and maybe some of the players about their offense, and like you stated, you know, they're committed to keeping the ball on their offensive side of the field a little bit more and really dominating the shots on goal. Is that right?
Yeah, their main goal right now is to tighten those offensive triangles and really keep that defense up, pushed a little further towards the offensive side. I mean, you can tell already that is the plan, as we've got players jumping and warming up, but that is their goal today, is to keep that ball on the offensive side and keep, making those shots on that goal.
For the Salem Spirits, you have Darlyn Nieto, who she has scored 15 goals in their 7 matches so far this season. So she's a dangerous player. She's wearing number 11, so watch for her as we get underway here. Knights with possession. Spirits are able to take it away. Go ahead and run down the starters today real quick. In goal for Salem is Michaela Iapaluccio. Also have Sky Sykes, Pilar Newman, Alexia Valente Ariola, Giselle Ramos, Darlyn Nieto, Olivia Slayton, Serenity Powell, Sophia Zeri, Hallie Kramer, and Bree Wilson. Those are the starters for Salem. And for the Knights, in goal, as has been the case so often this year, Beth Manuel. Also, she is joined by Courtney Montez, Haley Gadd, Tia Murray, Estee Schneider, Zoe Warner, Ashley Hamblin, Delynn Peterson, Rachel Bodkin, Tessa Miller, and Addison Newman. Salem able to defend their end, pushing toward midfield. There's a ball from Nieto, taken away by the Knights. Addie Newman. Ashley Hamblin, she sends that back to Haley Gadd. Estee Schneider. Cross from Warner, and that's defended well by Salem. Gadd sends it forward to Warner. And she is met by the defense of Salem. The Knights will start over. Bree, they'll push that back out to midfield so far. Knights kind of dominating the possession.
Yeah, their triangles are looking really good right now.
Salem sends it forward, but Beth Manuel, she meets that. Right at the top of the final third. The defensive third for the Knights. The through ball there, and that will go all the way back to Aya Paluccio in the goal. And she will send it back toward midfield. Tia Murray. And that's a goal for the Knights. Take a look here and get final word. And that goal was scored by Delynn Peterson. So she notches her second goal of her collegiate career here early in the 4th minute of this match versus Salem. Knights back on possession. Zoe Warner also got an assist on the goal. Courtney Montez looking to get on the end of that pass. Unfortunately, defense for Salem is there and able to usher that across the goal line. It'll be a goal kick for Salem. So Bree, the Knights were able to score first there on some early good work by 2 of the freshmen. Zoe Warner with the pass to Delynn Peterson. Looks like they're going to work to get more shots tonight.
Yeah, it's always exciting to start the game off with the first goal. I'm excited to see what happens next.
Tia Murray, she will leave it there for Hamblin. Throw in for the Knights, Hamblin. It's Hallie Kramer. Sends it out of bounds for Salem, so it'll be a throw in for the Knights. Hamblin. Knights are in the box. Spirits defend that well. Send it back across midfield where Haley Gadd brings it across midfield. And that will be the first corner of the match this evening. Knights are ready. Here comes the cross. Salem able to clear the box. And the flag goes up. That'll be offsides on the Knights, and Salem will have a free kick. Knights take the ball away, entering their final third on offense. Montez with the cross. Zoe Warner was making a run, and that ball was just a little bit out in front of her. But Bree, that's another good example of the Knights offense here early in this match.
Yeah.
That was another dangerous ball.
Their ball control this game so far has been really amazing compared to last games. Definitely a big improvement.
Salem restarts. Ball goes out and be a throw in for the Knights. Addie Newman with some space. Sends it to Tia Murray.
Just a little off.
Tia was looking there. Looks like that's Delynn Peterson that was making another run. But the pass from Tia was just a little out in front. And a little miscommunication on the back line by the Spirits, and Zoe Warner is able to pick up that ball and send it into the back of the net.
That was some quick thinking on her part.
So maybe a little bit of a gift there by Salem to the Knights. Zoe Warner, she'll take it as she connects on her second goal of the season in the Knights. Take the 2-0 lead. Addie Newman.
If they can keep up this aggressive offense the rest of this game, this is going to be a really great watch for the Knights.
Yeah, so far, most of the game has taken place, on the Knights' offensive side, even their final third. Knights, once again, looking to create some offense. And Tia Murray mishandles, and Salem comes away. Nieto with some space. Manuel retreats to the goal, and Nieto with a shot from about 20 yards out sends it just over the crossbar. So it'll be a goal kick for Southern Virginia. So far tonight, Bree, that was the possession for the Spirits that showed the most promise.
They haven't made it past that 50 very often. I think that's only the 4th or 5th time that they've gotten past there. So,
unfortunately for Salem, they didn't have much support there for Nieto. So she had to take a shot from a difficult angle. Knights picking up the pace once again. And they will have a throw in. Or actually a free kick. Referee did call a foul. And the flag goes up for offsides. It'll be Salem to restart.
our defense is really moving that ball up quick and effectively today.
Yeah, we mentioned that's
That is the plan, and it's
That's how-
getting executed.
that's how SVU likes to play. Get that ball quickly over midfield and start some sort of an attack. Salem currently has the ball, but good pressure there by Murray. Sophia Zeri. She sends one forward, looking for Nieto, but the Knight defense is right there. Ball sent forward. Zoe Warner giving chase. And that will go over the end line. So that'll be a goal kick for Salem. 13 minutes in, and in those 13 minutes, the Knights have managed 2 goals so far on the evening. Addie Newman leaves it for Warner. Warner with the shot. That's a little wide, right?
Just a bit.
Just a little bit. But once again, Salem on those goal kicks, they're taking each goal kick just a little short and having a difficulty clearing their area. Addie Newman with a good ball forward, looking for the cross. And the defense by Salem is able to stop the run, but it results in a corner kick. Knights with another corner kick. Here comes the cross. And that is touched in by Courtney Montez. And so that will be the 3rd goal for SVU in the first 15 minutes of the match.
Before they even scored, I was just thinking that their crash-in looked really good, and obviously it worked. That was really nice.
It was a long cross, and he expected somebody to get to it. And in the end, that ball just kind of landed at the feet of Courtney Montez. And she was able to put it easily into the back of the net. Corner kick was taken by Rachel Bodkin, so she gets the assist.
It's the black uniforms, Colby.
Could be
They
the
look
black
intimidating.
uniforms. They're off to a good start so far here tonight.
Good save.
Good ball played forward there for Ashley Hamlin. Defense of Salem is able to send it out of bounds. Zoe Warner. Montez swings it wide to Hamlin. Hamlin through to Newman. Montez with the cross. And the defense for Salem is able to send that out of bounds over the goal line. So this will be another corner for the Knights. Looks like Zoe Warner will take this corner. She sends it to the box. Another dangerous ball Bree put in there. It was good height right in the middle. And Salem had to just clear it. So it'll be another corner for the Knights. Once again, Warner.
They have a very effective setup here.
Salem does a better job defending that corner. Able to send the ball toward midfield. Nieto breaks away. Being defended by Hamlin. Hamlin's able to get a touch on it. Out of bounds, throw in for Salem. One thing about Zoe Warnerbury is she has a motor that never stops.
She's aggressive. But she seems to always be there at the perfect time.
Absolutely. You can tell she's a goal scorer by nature. She's always pressuring the ball. And that early goal that she was able to get will do nothing but encourage more of the same.
Yep.
Shot is blocked by Iapoluccio.
That is very impressive. She's only a freshman.
And there's a foul midfield, near midfield. It'll be a free kick for SAU. And Michaela Iapoluccio, the freshman, she's out of Winter Garden, Florida. Doing the goalkeeping duties for Salem. A couple of freshmen in goal on both sides. Beth Manuel, she's also a freshman from Layton, Utah. Zoe Warner. Zoe Warner just keeps working till she's able to gain possession for the Knights. Knights will now organize themselves around midfield and begin an offensive attack. Courtney Montez. Ball played back to Manuel in goal. Haley Gadd now starts the attack. Knights quickly on their offensive attack. Ball played forward. And Iapoluccio will come out and gather that ball in. Delynn Peterson making a run for the Knights.
Something I've noticed is the offense for the other team has not really been attacking the ball when it gets over to the defense like we have on our side.
Yeah, the couple times that Salem has made it over midfield, it's usually just been Nieto there pretty much by herself. It could be a result of the 3 early goals where Salem is trying to pack the defensive side.
Here they have an opportunity
Newman that time. Trying to join Nieto. Zeri forward to Nieto. Hallie Kramer
Communication.
moves up as well. That ball now is played out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for the Knights. So, Bree, as soon as you say, not a lot of players on the joining the offensive attack for Salem. A couple more
They must have heard me.
joined in there. Knights defense was up to the task. Ball played wide by the Knights. Back to midfield, Esty Schneider. Tessa Miller to Gadd. Gadd with the ball forward. There's Warner giving chase. Peterson now on the ball. And Iapaluccio able to beat her to the next touch and makes a save for Salem. But more good offense for the Knights, Bree.
Oh,
That
yeah.
looked promising there.
Something I will say is you can hear the Knights communicating with each other from here, which is always really helpful. And I'm honestly quite impressed that they're talking that loud and they're able to get their points across. And I think that's one of the reasons that they're able to keep the ball on that side of the field is just the way that they're talking to each other.
Good communication is always essential. Knights doing a good job of that here early. Montez with a good run. Eddie Newman into space. Montez. Tia Murray lets it slide by for Hamblin. And Hamblin able to use the Salem defender to earn a corner kick for the Knights. Zoe Warner will head over as we have 20 minutes left in this first half.
I think this corner kick is good for the Knights to reset just a little bit. That got a little scrambled, so this should be pretty good now.
A little scrambled, and also Knights take the opportunity here. 3 substitutions come onto the field. Valenti Ariola sends a ball toward the top of the area, looking for Nieto. Haley Gadd is there to defend. She brings it and sends to midfield to Addie Newman. 3 substitutes for the Knights. Ashley Kelsey, McKenna Curry, and Lauren Madsen. Addie Newman almost gets the end of a pass that would result in a shot, but good defense by Salem. So Bree, onto the pitch come two more of the freshmen that scored goals on Saturday. Looks like Coach Dahl Wants a little more offense on the field.
Oh, yeah. I'm a big fan of offense, if you can tell.
Zoe Warner. Warner with the cross, gets through. Just a little bit out in front. And that will be a goal kick for Salem.
I just love the Knights goal kick setup. We've got a player close, we've got players back. It's almost perfect.
Ball played into the area. Good touch there by Nieto. Able to get around Newman, but Newman catches back up. And Manuel's able to come out and put an end to that threat. Got a little feel right there for the skill of Nieto. Skills that have helped her score 15 goals already on the season. Knights with the cross. Zoe Warner. With the attempt. Another ball played forward to Nieto. And Nieto gets to it and just hits a one-timer from about 20 yards out. Again, a difficult angle. That ball will sail over the goal line and be a goal kick for SVU. Couple subs for Salem now coming on to the pitch. Good run by DeLynn Peterson.
Just a little too much pepper on that one.
She was able to get into space. I think her eyes got really wide as she realized it was just her and the goalkeeper. And she just got under that shot, so it sails over the crossbar. But once again, another dangerous possession for the Knights.
It was a good run, good run.
Cheyenne Morrill, substitute for Salem. She's on the pitch. Pilar Newman heads off for the time being. Tessa Miller will send the ball back to Manuel in goal. Haley Gadd. To Addie Newman. Back to Miller. The Knights look to get organized on this attack. It's Ashley Kelsey. Good defense by McKenna Curry. She found herself alongside Nieto. Salem is trying to get the ball to Nieto. Curry with a good defensive play. And Salem will have a throw in on the near side. Another substitute on for Salem. Sky Sykes will head off, as will Hallie Kramer. Christina Battistini onto the pitch. Zoe Warner. She lays it off for Kelsey. Salem is there to defend. It'll be a throw in for the Knights. Courtney Montez with the cross. Zoe Warner attempts the header, and it'll go wide to the right.
We aren't seeing a lot of pressure from Salem's offense tonight, are we, Colby?
No, they are still struggling to get too much of an attack organized. Pretty much just some long balls to Nieto every now and then when they have the opportunity. Unfortunately for Salem, they've spent a lot of this first half on defense.
Yep.
Curry. Kelsey with the shot. Iapoluccio is right there. Knights have a little triangle there on the near side. Ball was misplayed a little bit. It goes over the goal line. Goal kick upcoming for Salem. Knights make a couple substitutions. Just looking at the stats here for a minute, Bree. So far, Southern Virginia has 10 shots, with 5 of them being on goal. Salem has had 3 shots, with none of them being on goal.
Iapoluccio is really racking up the saves today for her stats.
Unfortunately for Iapoluccio, she's probably been a little busier so far tonight than she'd like to be. Knights. Again, being very aggressive. Very much what we talked about at the top of the broadcast, Bree, how the Knights will be looking to put pressure on the Salem defense and come away with a lot of shots.
I think they're executing it very well.
They have been able to execute that rather well so far. 3 goals in the first half. Doesn't look like they have any intention on just sitting on those 3 goals. I'm sure Coach Stahl would love to see them come away with one more here at the end of this first half. Montez looking for a little room, gets the shot off, and there it is. Goal, second of the match for Courtney Montez.
That was a nice shot.
Courtney Montez, the junior out of El Paso, Texas. The junior right there showed some patience as she thought she had a shot, was looking to get it off. Made a little touch to give her the room, and she was able to calmly bury that one into the back of the net.
I had to keep my composure, couldn't be screaming into the microphone, you know. That was very cool.
You got to keep it professional, Bree.
Yep, gotta keep it professional. I don't want to scare the viewers.
So 4-0, Southern Virginia leads Salem. Misplayed by Salem. They're able to take it right back. It's Bree Wilson. Sends it forward to Nieto. Nieto surrounded by 3 SVU defenders. Nieto with the long shot. And Beth Manuel is right there to take that out of the air. And quickly get it restarted on the near side. Ball played forward. Ashley Kelsey gives chase. She's got 1 defender to beat. Sends a shot and rebounded off of Aya Paluccio. And there is Zoe Warner. So, Bree, we were talking about Coach Stahl might like to get 1 more goal before halftime. And in a matter of 2 minutes, the Knights are able to score 2 more goals.
Sure, if he could be doing a backflip right now, he would.
Check that. That was Desana Grabarczyk, who had just checked in, was able to get that rebound and put it into the back of the net for the Knights. Six minutes left in this first half. Knights lead 5-0. Knights with possession. Just over midfield. Kelsey now.
Look at that beautifully shifting triangle. Wow.
Sydney Bastian also has checked into the match. Nieto giving chase, but SVU is able to maintain possession. Sophia Harris also into the match for SVU. McKinley Simmons, Abby Simister, all have checked into the match for the Knights. And Haley Eisenbraun has checked in for Salem.
The Knights are not leaving any holes on the field. Everything's been plugged so far.
Yeah, they've been very organized, not just on the offensive end, but also the defensive side as well. It's difficult for the Spirits to string together too many touches before the Knight defender is right there, just like that. It's also been a very clean half as far as the way the play has been. Only 2 fouls so far. 2 fouls, both on Salem. Southern Virginia has 1 offside, so pretty easy work for the referee. Another substitute for the Knights. Curry. Brinley Julian into the game for SVU. Ball goes out. It'll be a goal kick for Salem. Olivia Slayton trying to get something started for Salem. Knights regain possession. Julian chases it down in the corner.
That was a clean touch right there.
Good defense by Slayton. Pushes the Knights a little further from the goal. Long shot taken there by the Knights. Iapoluccio able to handle that one with ease. And that will bring us to halftime. So an entertaining first half of soccer here at Knight Stadium, right, Bree?
Oh, yeah.
You know, a lot of goals. Fortunately for the Knight fans, they've been able to see their SVU Knights put 5 into the net so far. So we will go ahead and take the halftime break. We hope everybody joins us for the second half, where the Knights currently lead 5-0 over Salem.
All right, fans, it's time for your halftime competition. We need 4 contestants whose birthday is in October. If your birthday is in October and you want to compete in the halftime competition, you go in after. We need 4. Fans, we need 2 more contestants. One more contestant needed. All right, anybody else who would like to compete? Brady Fielding. All right, those watching, the player will be attempting to kick the soccer ball and land it on the center of the net. This one's coming high. Just a bit outside. Not quite.
Want to welcome everybody back for the second half of Southern Virginia versus Salem. Knights went into the half leading 5-0. Salem working their way down the field by way of throw-in. Zoe Warner sends it up. Hamblin and the Spirits are able to defend. They'll take the ball back on a throw-in. Just going over some of the stats in that first half. The Knights ended up with a total of 15 shots taken, 9 of them being on goal. 4 shots for Salem, with 1 of them being on goal. So, Bree, as we talked about, it seems like the Knights were able to execute their game plan pretty well in that first half. 15 shots.
Oh, yeah.
That's quite a few, with 9 of them being on goal, so pretty accurate as well.
Yeah, like we talked about at the very beginning of the game, that was their practice plan, was to just be really aggressive offensively and get as many shots off as they could. And I don't know about you, but I think it's working.
Yeah, I would say that worked out pretty well. They had possession for the better part of that first half. Shot attempt there, sells just a little wide. That was Addie Newman that took that shot. Addie still looking for her first goal on the season. As we've mentioned in another broadcast, Addie, standout basketball player here at SVU. Completed her eligibility as far as basketball goes, but has chosen to try. Well, I shouldn't say try. She's a very good athlete, very good soccer player. She decided to use her last eligibility playing for the Knights soccer team. Have a goal kick for Salem. Addie Newman into Zoe, and just a little bit too far out in front. That'll go over the goal line once again for another goal kick for Salem. SVU with possession. A long shot into the area. It's number 17, Rachel Bodkin. Ball bounding around. Addie Newman clears. Another shot taken. And that ball will be put into the net for the Knights.
We had ourselves in a little scramble there and came out successful. That was pretty good.
Once again, that's Zoe Warner. The ball deflects and lands at her feet, and she was able to calmly put that into the goal for the Knights' 6th goal of the evening. Salem set to restart. Zeri. Sky Sykes. Bodkin for the Knights. She'll send it back to Manuel in goal. Beth sends it up. That's Delynn Peterson. Her Newman. And now set up Mattia Murray with a shot, and that is saved by Iapoluccio. The Knights continue to be very efficient on offense. A lot of quick possessions that lead to, many of them have been very good quality shots on goal, Bree.
Yes, sir, they have been.
Sophia Zeri. She'll take the free kick. I believe there was a handball called. Valente Ariola. Knights.
I think what's impressive about the shots on goal that the Knights have is they've been both strategic and very instinctual shots. So we've had a good mixture of both. Like we had earlier when she kicked that one in off the goal kick, and then we've had plenty of crosses that were planned out well. So I think it's just very impressive that they're able to adapt to the certain situations and like stay on their plan.
Take advantage of the opportunities when they present themselves, but also maintaining possession and working for good shots on offense. Haley Gadd. Delynn Peterson sends it up for Zoe. Salem sends it out of bounds to stop the Knights' progress. Nieto now, defended by Gadd. Gadd always able to play strong defense. The senior from Kaysville, Utah. Anchors the Knights' defensive line. Nieto looking for Ramos. And the Knight defense is right there. A promising possession for Salem. Turned away by the Knight defense. cross by Ramos. And Manuel will take that as the cross was not being contested by a Salem player. Slayton now. Nieto. Ramos with a long shot, and that will sail wide left. The last couple minutes, Bree, we've seen Salem begin to assert themselves a little bit more on the offensive side.
That's exciting to see Ramos and Nieto out there really pushing that defense and making them work.
Zoe Warner. The Knights. Good ball played back by the Knights, just out of reach of Zoe Warner. Dylan Peterson with a long shot. Saved by Aya Paluccio. Bodkin. Peterson. And that pass by Peterson will go out of bounds. Throw in for Salem. Eddie Newman takes over possession for the Knights. New goalkeeper onto the pitch for Southern Virginia. Manuel will come off. Action in front of the Knights, in front of the Spirits goal. Shot off the crossbar. And Salem able to semi-clear. Another shot by the Knights. And now Salem is able to clear. Chloe Miller, the new goalkeeper for Southern Virginia. Foul called on Salem. It'll be a free kick. Haley Gadd comes up from her defender position. She's going to take this from about 45 yards out. She sends it toward goal. Goes up and over all the SVU players and will go for a goal kick. Lauren Madsen and McKenna Curry also into the game for SVU. Nieto out in front. She's got one Knight to beat. And the Knights are able to stop her. And Knights clear it. Out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for Salem. Another promising attack there for Salem as they come out in this second half and appear to be working a little bit harder on the offensive end. And that's going to be a foul. So this will be a free kick for Salem. Just outside the penalty area on the far side. It'll be interesting for you to see what they set up here, if they go direct at goal or if they set up a set piece that they want to work here. And the kick is direct, and Chloe Miller is able to go up and push that up and over the crossbar. So it will now be a corner for Salem.
Let's see if she can save it again.
It's a good play there. I believe that was Valente Ariola. She's now over to take the corner as well. And that's into the box. Knights working to clear Courtney Montez. She will get there and send it out of bounds. So another dangerous ball there. Knights were fortunate there to not have a goal scored, or at least a shot on goal by Salem. Slayton able to work for the corner kick. Salem able to maintain possession on their offensive end for some time now. They'll set up for the corner. Couple substitutes coming on, one for each team, it appears. Brindley Julian on for Southern Virginia. Zoe Warner will head off. And the corner kick, once again, cleared by SVU, but will be another corner. SVU does a better job of clearing this one. A long shot taken. And Miller is right there. Aya Paluccio rushes out to meet that ball before it became any more dangerous. Throwing for SVU.
Salem's really fighting here to get that ball back over there.
Yeah, they've come out in the second half a little bit more aggressive, been able to maintain a little bit more possession on offense, and appear to be putting up a little bit more of a fight on the defensive side as well. Long shot attempt, and that'll sell just wide. Another one of those quick shot attempts by the Knights. DeLynn Peterson, the one taking that shot. Foul called on the Knights. Free kick for Salem as they will try to make their way deep into the Knights' defensive side. Ball played into the area. Nieto. I believe that was Tessa Miller, but Nieto was battling for possession there. Miller sends it out. It'll be a throw in for Salem. Crossed by Salem. Kramer right there takes a shot. And that will sail just wide of the post. Goal kick for the Knights. So once again, Bree, another dangerous possession for Salem there in the front of the Knight goal. Sana Grabarczyk has checked in. She was able to score a goal. And Sydney Bastian. Oh, no, not Sydney. That's Mattia Murray. Mattia Murray is able to battle through a couple Spirit defenders, take possession, and put in a goal from about 10 yards out. That will put the Knights out to a 7-goal lead, with just over 22 minutes remaining here in this match. Once again, Bree, a good example of the quick possession that results in a shot on goal by the Knights.
Yeah, there was some really good ball control that she had there to be able to push that from about the 10 all the way up. It was pretty impressive to get past all these defenders with that kind of control.
Quick play between Abby Simister. She gets the assist on that goal by Murray. Lauren Madsen coming up the near side. Grabarczyk. That's Abby Simister. Brinley Julian with some strong defense for the Knights. Free kick for Salem, right about midfield after the foul called on Simister. Knights take possession. Miller back to Chloe Miller.
Something to admire here about the Knights' defense are these nice passes that are going right where they want them to go, and they're taking their time, but they're also getting it off really quickly so that they don't have time to set up an offensive stance.
And that goes to, what we've been speaking about, how controlled they've been, and also, been able to maintain possession because the passes have been good. They've been organized and not just sent to an area hoping another Knight player will get to it. Ball played out by Salem. Throw in for the Knights on the far side. Tia Murray with some good ball handling. Long shot deflected by Salem. Lauren Madsen. She'll send one off, and that will be a little wide right. Good to see Lauren getting into the action, moving up from her position on defense.
Oh yeah, that's always fun to witness.
Always fun to see the defenders move up and participate on the offensive side.
I'm sure it's pretty fun for the defenders too.
Absolutely. They've done a lot of good work, though. They deserve a couple shots, don't they?
Oh, yeah.
Throw in for Salem. Knights work back to midfield. Haley Gadd. McKenna Curry. Knights will reset. Tia Murray tried to make a turn, but the ball was moving just a little too quick. It'll be a goal kick for Salem. Knights almost earn a corner kick, but Aya Paluccio is able to grab and control the ball. She'll send it off for a goal kick. Madsen. Grabarczyk.
Lots of clean touches here. See if one can squeak through.
And the cross, that'll sail wide, and it'll be a goal kick. Two subs coming back on for SVU. Looks like Warner and Delynn Peterson. Curry battling just on this side of midfield. She'll be whistled for the foul. Free kick for Salem. Curry. Good ball up to Madsen. Madsen looking for the cross. And she will play that. Looked like it was going to be a corner, but the referee says no. It will be a goal kick for Salem. Shot on goal attempted by Peterson again. Iapoluccio deflects it out for a corner kick. So the Knights will get another corner. Tia Murray, she heads off, and the Knights bring in another substitution.
Iapoluccio is up to 8 saves so far in the game.
She's done some good work back there. Might see the score at 7, but not a lot she could have done on some of those. And there is the 8th goal of the evening for Southern Virginia. And that is Zoe Warner once again. That is going to be her 3rd goal of the evening. So 2 games in a row that the Knights see one of their freshmen have a hat trick, Bree.
Oh yeah, successful season.
Shot taken again, and that sells too high, too wide. It'll be a goal kick for Salem. Knights, another shot attempt. That's McKenna Curry. She had a shot from about 20 yards out that sails just up and over the crossbar.
A little too much spice in the curry, huh?
We'll give you that one, Bree.
Thank you.
Knights dominating possession here the last 10 minutes. Been able to get off several shots on goal. Another cross there. Zoe Warner trying to get on the end of that pass, but Iapoluccio is right there. Nieto battling to get possession. Good ball. Possession there by Nieto. Sends a shot from 30 yards out. It's a little wide right. Got to give Nieto credit. Been a little tough going tonight, but she's still working hard trying to find a goal here for her team. Good defense by the Knights. McKenna Curry, Delynn Peterson, and Addie Newman shall recover the ball for the Knights right at the logo. Haley Gadd sends it forward, looking for Lauren Madsen. Salem's able to play it out. This will be a throw in for the Knights. Knights will do a quick substitution. Rachel Bodkin. Addie Newman looking to set something up. Delynn Peterson, and Delynn will be whistled for a foul. Ashley Hamblin is the Knight player that came onto the field in that last substitution. Zoe Warner takes a shot, looking for her fourth. And Iapoluccio is right there to handle that shot. Peterson into the box looking for a shot. She'll send it, and that once again saved by Iapoluccio. Warner. Salem plays it out of bounds. It'll be a throw in for SVU. And once again, there will be a sub. McKenna Curry heads off. Courtney Montez back in for the Knights. Courtney also in search of the hat trick. Just under 6 minutes remaining here in the match. Knights lead 8-0. Free kick for Salem. Montez almost loses it to Nieto. Zoe Warner now lays it off, looking for support. Courtney Montez will take a long shot, and that will hit the corner. Courtney Montez. And just like that, she earns her hat trick on the evening as well.
2 hat tricks in one night. Pretty cool.
It looked like that might end up a little wide there, Bree. It looked like Iapoluccio thought it was a little wide, and it just caught that corner on the low left. Bodkin. She'll send it back to Chloe Miller. Gadd to Montez. She'll bring it over midfield. Sends it wide. Knights once again on the attack, looking for a cross, and good defense by Salem. Able to clear it out of bounds. And we'll have another substitution here. Collision in the area. Referee says play on. It'll be a throw in. Tessa Miller back into the game. Rachel Bodkin goes for the cross. Deflects off of Salem. That's a throw in. SD Schneider. And there is the 10th goal of the game for SVU. A little chip shot
A clean
from
shot
about
that
20
was.
yards out. And that, congratulations to SD. Another shot taken by the Knights. Results in a goal kick for Salem.
Telling you, Colby, those black uniforms, they're magic.
Yeah, we hadn't talked about them for a little while, but you know, it'll be interesting to see how quickly Coach Dahl wants to get those back out onto the field.
No, it's an effort by everyone on the team. All their practice and their hard work is really paying off tonight.
And the Knights right in front of the goal. Good save there by Paluccio. Knights still with possession. And another shot headed toward the left corner, and Iapaluccio once again with another save. Yeah, you mentioned the teamwork, Bree. It's fun to come out and watch this team practice. They work hard, and you know it's a testament to how hard they work by how many players made it onto the pitch tonight.
Yeah.
A lot of different players were able to make a contribution here tonight, as is often the case. The rotation for the Knights is very deep. And time has expired. So at the end of the 90 minutes, the Knights were able to come out victorious. So after starting the season, 5 games without a win, they get 2 in a row here to begin conference season, Bree. They're off to a good start.
Off to a great start, I'd say.
Mentioned the struggle they had scoring goals in that non-conference schedule, and now they've gone off for 16 goals in their first 2 conference games. So likely not to always be that easy, but it's got to feel good for them to come out and be able to play their game.
That preseason schedule was a really smart move made by Rob Dahl. Really putting them into that really hard mix and then bringing them out here. I think it really showed that was a good strategic move.
Yeah, they played several teams that are ranked in the top 10 in the region. Some teams ranked nationally in the top 10, top 15. So a very, very strong non-conference schedule now appears to be paying dividends for this women's soccer team from SVU. They look good doing it. on the field, but also in their uniforms tonight, right? Those black uniforms?
Those black uniforms.
Black uniforms. So
Oh, no.
once again, we'll just recap. SVU takes this USA South contest by a score of 10-0 over the Salem Spirits. We want to thank everybody for joining us on night broadcasting. I want to invite everybody to like, comment, or subscribe and join us tomorrow night as the men's soccer team kicks off their Conference USA. Actually, it's not the kickoff. They start that on Saturday. Tomorrow they'll take on Regent College in their final non-conference contest before conference starts on Saturday. I'm Colby Kemp with Bree Hudson, wishing everybody a good evening, and as always, go Knights.